There's one thing you're going to do with every video project, it's importing footage. The add-on has a feature that helps automate this process and helps organize your projects as well. It's called Import Local Footage, and if you have the shortcuts installed, you can press Ctrl Shift I to import everything that's locally available with your blend file. I'll cancel that. If you don't have the shortcuts installed, press the space bar and search for Import Local Footage. Now, this revolves around a certain folder structure. So let's head to the folder that contains our blend file. And next to it, you can see an audio, an image, and a video folder. The import local footage operator will look for these and will look inside these to find videos, pictures, and audio. The interesting thing is, if we look at what I'm importing here, I've already imported some files, namely ed.mts and our audio.wav file. They are visible on this board here. And if I press Ctrl Shift I, this will not re-import these first files that were imported before. So the tool is smart and it knows what you have already loaded or not. You can see the two videos are completely different clips. Then it works this way. In the audio folder, it will ignore anything that's called source. If you go to the image folder, it will ignore a source PSD file. There's an option to toggle that on and off. And in the video or any other folder, it will ignore Blender proxy folders because it knows that these are proxy files. So when you are working on a video, you can add new files to one of these folders anytime. And when you press Ctrl Shift I, they will import automatically, starting at the cursor's position. One thing that's interesting is if the import isn't what you expected, you can press Ctrl Z to cancel it directly. Let's see the options, because there are a few options on this operator. For this, press Ctrl Alt U, and you need to have some input shortcut set for this function. Let's go to Import Local Footage. I have it because I installed the add-on's keyboard shortcuts. And you can see four options. First, there's the image strip length and padding in frames. This is the length of the imported image strips, if these are not an image sequence. And the gap there will be between two pictures. This makes it easier to select them sometimes by spacing them out a little bit. Then there's the always re-import option. This one makes it so the add-on will not keep track of the files you have already imported, and it will import everything it finds every time. It's off by default for obvious reasons. And lastly, you can select to keep audio from video files or not. So this depends on if you're shooting with a camera with an external microphone, you will often want the external microphone sound rather than the cameras. This could be the same if you are using footage from YouTube, for example. You may not want the sound from the video you downloaded, sample clips from games for tutorials or vlogs or whatever. So I think that by default this should be on. You keep the audio, but you can toggle it off.